Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Good to have you. Good to have you. I do have the Zoom link, Cynthia, inside of the Mighty Network. So if you're free, you can hop on. So you can feel free to do that. Good to have you. I'm grabbing the link to the live stream. I do have the Zoom link, Cynthia. Yeah, it's the Zoom link. I was just setting it up. It's a couple of steps you have to do in order to not hear yourself, but still have it live streamed. So I had to, you know, do those things. And I have on double headsets, so it's pretty funny. All right, let me go ahead and send this to myself. That way I can share it in the chat here. I'm so excited about this. We're going to be using the All-in-One Course Builder, which is an AI-powered course creation tool. It's a tool that I created a couple months ago on the AIPRM Chrome extension. If you want to join the live build, you do have to be on your laptop or desktop because the Chrome extension is only accessible there. There is an application for it, and I do have a post that has me building on the app in my Buy Me a Coffee, and I can share that as well. But let me just do this first, and then we are going to live stream. You'll see it on YouTube. I'm going to put that in the chat. Let me just grab the link. And then people who are in the community will be on the community feed. We're about 30 minutes early for me today because I wanted to make sure I didn't have any technical issues, which all seems to be going well. So very excited. Ellie, welcome. Welcome, Crystal. Welcome, Mo. Feel free to come on up to the stage. We're going to be reviewing the 5 steps to creating your minimal viable product. And then I'm actually going to build out the foundation using the All-in-One Course Builder, which is an application that's on the AIPRM Chrome extension. How many of you guys know what the AIPRM Chrome extension is? Oh, I thought I exited out of you guys. Hold on. Ooh, I got to be careful with these tabs. Hold on. Let me do this first. If you know what the AIPRM Chrome extension is, can you put a 1 in the chat? I'm curious to know how tech savvy you guys are, how familiar you are with AI. I know Cynthia does. I see. Okay, is Cynthia the only one? Oh, Remy, do you know what the AIPRM Chrome extension is? Oh, okay, maybe she's the only one. Okay, that's okay. This is so great. So the AIPRM Chrome extension is built off of ChatGPT. Today I'm going to be using the free version because I want people to know that it's accessible for all. So the application that I'm using is on the Chrome extension, and the ChatGPT is free, right? So I'm using the free version because I don't want people to see these monthly fees and these $20 and $20 here and there as obstacles to creating products. So even if you have very little or no funds, you can still share your knowledge and share it easily using ChatGPT and using AI. So welcome, Ellie. Welcome to the stage. How are you? Good morning. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, it sounds like she's in the rain. Oh my gosh, it sounds cold. I hope you're not cold, Ellie. Oh, Lord. Exercise is good for the soul, so you got to do it. Okay, so for community members, I see you guys down there. I am live on Zoom in the community. So the Zoom link is there in the community feed. Feel free to join me. If you can't access it because it's asking you for a code, let me know because I did not check to see if it required one. My bad. But there is also a live Zoom link in the chat of the room. And we're going to get started, you guys. So we're going to talk a lot about, let me put my camera on. Maybe I'll do that today. It's early, but hey. All right, we're going to talk today. Good morning. Good morning. We're going to talk today about the MVP, what's required, what's needed. So I pretty much broke it down into 5 simple steps to creating your minimal viable product. For those of you that don't know what a minimal viable product is, it's simply an abbreviated version, like the skeleton of a product or service that you want to sell to your community, right? So it's what you create before you build out the full thing, right? When you're talking about online courses and we're talking about minimal viable products, we're talking about the foundation of your course, the outline of your course, right? The information that you have, the solution to a problem, right? But we're talking about just the fundamentals, right? The real bare bones skeleton that you're going to test, right? Because a lot of times we build out these massive courses and these massive products before we even know that we have a buyer for them. So my goal for you today is to understand that it doesn't have to be super invasive. It doesn't have to be hard. You just need to test your theory. So before you go creating a huge, I'm trying to look at my phone too, a huge online course. And Cynthia, I'm not going to be watching the room a lot because I'm on YouTube. If you could sort of watch the room and bring people up, I would love it. I'm going to mod Ellie as well. Okay, great. So when you think about creating this major course, right? Like Remy said, his audience is asking him for information. So you want to think about how you're going to put it together, right? The solution that you have for their problem has to be concise and it has to be exactly what they're looking for, or else they're not going to buy it. So how do you find out exactly what your ideal client wants? It's by launching a minimal viable product first, and then getting feedback, direct feedback from your beta group or from your testers, right? So I'm a nurse by background, so I like to test theories. So what you have in your mind, your idea is a theory for a product or service that you want to create, right? A solution that you think might work to a problem, but you want to make sure that it's something that your audience is going to buy. So to do that, you can simply create an outline, some talking points, and create a beta group, right? So you're going to create a group of people. I say at least 10 to 20, the more the merrier. People who are really interested in your products or service. They have an understanding that this is in beta testing, so they're really helping you build it, but they're still getting some value. So are there any questions up to here? I'm sorry, I'm looking down at the Facebook community, or at the, not Facebook, what am I on? I'm on Clubhouse. It's not Facebook, it's Clubhouse. So yes, so when you're thinking about building it out, just make sure you're asking, who am I creating this product for? And is this the direct solution to the problem that they're having? All right, so I'm gonna move on from there. So what you want to do after you have the solution to the problem that they have, and I'm sharing my screen. If you guys are watching on YouTube, thank you. The link to the YouTube is in the chat, and I am also live on Zoom. So what you want to do is you want to take that solution, the idea of what you want to teach, and you can simply put it in the all-in-one course builder. On the screen, I have the landing page, and it's simply just allinonecoursebuilder.com. You can access it on Google. And then it will give you the instructions for accessing the Chrome extension and also accessing the actual prompt. So there's two boxes when you come to the home page. It will say try it for free and then Chrome extension information. So this information tab just gives you a little bit of information about what the Chrome extension is, what it should look like. And then, because, whenever you're downloading something on your computer, you want to make sure that it's been used, it's been tested, and there's no risk of it harming, your software on your computer. So that's the information tab here. I'll just click it so you can see it. And and this is probably a little bit of an old video, so the numbers might not be right on it. So it's just a little video. Great, great. I'll go back. That's just for your information. Welcome, Axe. Welcome to the Zoom. Good morning. Hope all is well with you. All right, great. So the information tab, you can just simply access and it will give you an overview of what you're looking for with the extension, right? And then this is this hyperlinked sentence. You will need the AIPRM Chrome extension downloaded download, it should be downloaded on your computer, is the actual Chrome extension. So if you don't have it installed, you would simply click this. It will bring you to the extension store, right? The Chrome store on Google. This is a lot of users. Wow. When I first made the app, it only had 400,000. Wow, it's really grown, doubled. You would simply, it would say here, add the extension. So I have removed because obviously I have it already on my computer. So instead of this blue tab that says remove the Chrome extension, it would simply say add. So you would click this, and then there would be another pop-up towards the middle of your screen. And it would say, install now. And then you would simply click install now. So if you're doing this with me, make sure to let me know, AKS, if you're doing it with me, let me know. And I can ask you questions, and you can ask questions if you're having an issue accessing anything. And once again, you do need to be on a laptop or desktop to access this Chrome extension. So you can't be on a Chromebook, you can't be on an iPad, you have to be on a full laptop or desktop. All right, so after you have your Chrome extension installed, I'm going to just exit out, and this is what you do as well. You're going to go back to the landing page, which should look like this, and you're going to go to the Try It for Free button. So as you're installing your Chrome extension, if you don't have ChatGPT, you're going to get prompted now to get your ChatGPT, right? So after you've installed your Chrome extension, once you go to the actual prompt. Good morning, Monique. Welcome. Once you go to the actual prompt, you will be, okay, I want to move this on. You will go to the Chrome, all of the applications, and let me go to the public ones because I was on my own. So right now there are currently 4,282 prompts on this AIPRM Chrome extension. This is like more than double the amount when I created this prompt. I know it's been through some issues. They had some legal things happening, but these apps are wonderful. And if you're not familiar with what a prompt is, these are things that are pre-programmed, right? They are designed to get the desired outcome. So these are people who have created like an instruction for ChatGPT. You pre-programmed it, and all you have to do is go in and use it to create your content, right? So the all-in-one course builder is here. When you go to try it for free, it should populate to the bottom of your screen. So if you can see, I'm circling it here, you'll know it's the all-in-one course creator because it has the words and it was created by me, Sherry C. And then you simply have to take that idea for the solution for the problem that you're solving and tell it what you want to teach. So if I'm wanting to teach people how to braid natural hair, which is a prompt that I love to use, I would simply type in here, how to I would type in what I wanted to create the curriculum around. And I'm going to even put for beginners. These are people that don't know how to braid. Okay. So I'm going to put that there. Now I wasn't as specific as you can be. So I didn't put the texture hair. I didn't put, exactly who I was targeting, right? So if I'm targeting African-American women, who have coily hair, then you can add that in here as well, right? So, but I made it very general for the purposes of showing you how to use the tool. But when you're using it to create your product, you definitely want to be a lot more specific. And I'm going to go ahead and I have it on the free version. So I want you guys to know that there are no obstacles when it comes to money and creating your online courses, right? So you can use this for completely free. I'm going to go ahead and push the kite. I'm sending the message to ChatGPT, and it's going to start creating content for me. So I have this AI PRM Chrome extension prompted to deliver course content in an Andragogy, right? And for adult learners. So Andragogy is a learning style that adult learners need to learn, right? It has to do with a lot of real life scenarios, taking into considerations of, what the adult already has learned in life, right? So it's the type of course that it's creating is designed for e-learners. There's real life applications, discussion questions, testing your knowledge, and it's going to build out, I think, either 4 or 6 modules. So what it does, sometimes it wants to save space in your computer, and it will just give you a really fundamental outline. And it might say even repeat the same outline for each module, but today is doing really, really good. Then I'm going to show you how to use this content to create your minimal viable product. So as we're here and we're looking at the course build out, I want to show you a little bit about why I love using ChatGPT to create my courses. If you look in the left-hand column of my AI PRM, I have lots of different threads, right? So each of these threads, I'm not going to click on them, but they all serve a different purpose, right? So what's important about ChatGPT and how it stores your content is it stores it in threads, right? So these are little buckets. So I make content for clients. So as I make their content, what I do is I prime ChatGPT with, what it needs to know about my client's persona, about their target audience, about what they're creating. I give it all of the information it needs for my clients. That way, when I go to each thread, you can simply click on it. See, it's created a new thread for the braiding course. So this is the course. Let me see what it printed. It printed 5 modules, which is fine. It's not asking me to continue, so that's perfect. All right, so it's printed 5 modules. So now this thread, everything in this thread on ChatGPT will be directly related to this course. Oh, it did print 6 courses, 6 modules, great. So now, how do I get content from this? So what it's created for me is a nice outline. Let me just go. I'm going to go ahead and highlight. I'm going to highlight the outline. I'm going to copy it onto a Notion page, but you can feel free to copy it onto Canva or a Word doc, whatever you'd like to. But I use Notion, so I'm just going to take this content. I'm going to open up my Notion. Good morning, everyone. Hi. Hey, Bill. Welcome. Hi, Hurt. Welcome to the stage. Good morning. We're just building out an MVP. Yeah, so in the event tab, there's no Zoom link, but I shared a Zoom link inside of the feed. So there's another spot. No worries. Yeah, working out the kinks there. I should have put Zoom link in there, but I didn't. But it's all good. All right, so what I'm doing, I'm opening up my Notion. My computer is so sluggish. I really need to get this checked out before I end up with no computer. So I'm on Notion. I've opened up a new page. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the content that I copied from ChatGPT, and I'm going to paste it here. So I've got my course. I've got this nice outline. I'm going to move some stuff around. I'm just going to do this title on it so I don't lose it in Notion. All right, so I've got my nice outline, right? So I've got everything I need. So I'm going to look over it, right? Because I'm the expert. I'm the expert at course grading. So I'm going to look at it to see if this content makes sense, right? So you want to make sure that ChatGPT isn't just giving you a bunch of anything, right? So you want to take a look at the output that it gave you, because you'll have an opportunity to copy and paste it back into ChatGPT to ask it to correct it or to change it, right? So if there's something on here that I don't like, I simply go back to ChatGPT and I say, okay, can you create module 2 over? But then you have to tell it why you don't like it, right? It doesn't make sense. It's not true. It's not accurate. Can you recreate it? Or if you have your own knowledge of what should be there, you can say, I believe this should be module 2. Can you create it with this information? And then it will go ahead and create you another module. But what you want to make sure is that when you go in, you're going into the right thread. So I'm looking at this, I'm liking this, right? Everything looks good. It makes sense. These are all the components that I want to have in my full course. So this looks great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over, and you have access to these super prompts. So I'm going to look for my super prompts in my Notion. You have access to them in the course, so no worries. So I'm going to grab my super prompt so it can give me some more detailed content. So I'm simply going to, I want to have a detailed script. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and grab this detailed script prompt, copy it. And this is the same thing that you're going to do as you're in the course and the community. You're going to copy the prompt. You're going to go back into ChatGPT, right back to where you were at. You want to make sure that you're still in the same thread where the course is. And you're going to simply copy and paste it here, right? So now you're going to read through the prompt and take out what you don't want, right? I have it bracketed. So you want to insert what you want your detailed script for. So I want mine for the introduction. So I'm going to delete all of the additional text except the word introduction. I'm going to delete the bracket too. All of the instruction or the rest of the prompt, you want to make sure you leave intact, or else you run the risk of it not printing you the correct information or not teaching the course correctly. What I'm going to do, I'm going to push this kite again. So what it's doing is it's going to just print me out a nice script, right? So just in case you want some talking points for your introduction, if you're having long form text, you can simply use the super prompt and it will print it for you. So, and it prints it in a way where you can simply copy and paste it. You can adjust the words, but you can simply copy and paste it. So now you have your introduction, and it's a welcome to module 1. I should have done an overall work, but I didn't. So you can be as specific as possible with, as specific as you want with what you want the detailed prompting for. So what I'm going to do, instead of copying and pasting it all over again and having a really long thread, I'm simply going to edit right here. So okay, so in case you missed what I just did, there was a little box over here to the side with a pin in it. So that's the edit box. So I'm going to edit this original prompt that's here. I'm going to take out the introduction. And I'm going to put course overview, because that should have been my first one. I'm going to put course overview, right? Because you want to make sure that you have introductions to your course, a nice, the course overview, and then introduction to each module and to each lesson. So I'm going to click submit. And instead of it creating a long thread, it just simply makes a little flipboard right here, right? So now instead of having a 1 out of 1, it's a 2 out of 2. So now it's got the course overview. So it's going to tell me all about the course, all about what's happening with the course. And you can repeat this for the entire course. The wonderful thing about having all of your content in one place is it all flows together really nicely. So then what you're going to do, I'm going to grab my course overview. I'm going to go back to Notion, which is here. So I know I have the braiding course because I labeled it because you don't want to lose your pages. So here's my braiding course, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another page. So I like adding pages, right? So I'm going to add a page for my course overview. This way, my course is going to be organized because on this course overview page is where I'm going to put everything for my course overview, right? Whenever you build out a course in a course player, you want to make sure that you have your content stored somewhere else. So I am going to be, I build mine out on Notion. I have a ton of them here. So what I'm going to do is everything for my course overview that I need, whether it be an overview video, whether it be an instruction video on how to use the course player, it will all be on this page. And this page, and this is one reason why I love Notion, is I'm going to backlink this page to the course, to the outline, right? So I'm going to just go here. And Notion is a little bit tricky. I'll do a Notion workshop a little later. But I'm going to move this page to the actual hair braiding course page, right? So this is how you keep your course organized. And I love Notion for this. So now when I go to my course braiding page, this is my outline of my course. And when I get to the bottom of my course, I have my course overview. And as I build out all of my introductions and modules, I'll backlink them all here, right? So when you have a full course built out, you'll have all of the access here. I'm going to show you an example. If I can show you really quickly. Let's see if I can find it. Are there any questions up to this point? I'm willing to answer a few questions while I look for the course that I have built out on here. Let me see.
Hi, Sherry.
Yes,
So those super prompts, first off, sorry, this is really good. I'm taking a lot of notes here. That super prompt that you had, where do you access that from?
It's inside. I'll show it to you actually, since we're on Zoom. It is in the community and you have access to it. So hold on one second. Okay, so as you know, you're building out your course. This is an email course that I did. So okay, let me go back to here. Go back to the beginning. That's a great question. So I'm glad you asked that. So this is a marketing course that I have, right? I had it built out on Notion, and this is what I mean. So I sent this course out in email form. So each day you got an additional level to your course, but when you build it out, you have everything, right? So you have your introduction, you have your module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is how your course will look in Notion. And again, I will definitely dive a little deeper in Notion, but this is how you keep it organized. And then you have this one simple form that you can share. You're right. So it keeps you from having a ton of different pages of your course. Okay, so let me go ahead and show AKS. And what should I call you? Should I call you AKS?
It's Axe.
Axe.
Yeah, no stress.
Forgive me for that. Oh my God, I'm laughing.
We're good, no worries.
So awesome. Let me show you where that's at really quickly, and then we'll get back to building the course. So when you're inside of the Mighty Networks, and you're in the AI course creation MVP, computer is a little sluggish. I'm gonna give it some time. Let me see. I think here they are right here. So they're going to be here. So there's a video on how to use them. And then here's the link for them. So you can
Perfect. Lovely. Thank
access
you very
it right
much.
here.
And that links to what? Back to a Notion page.
Let me open it and see. Yeah, let me see. Let me open it. Oh, it might let me open it. Where is it?
The little one with the arrow. The first icon.
Oh, let me see. Oh, okay. Thank you, X.
All good.
Yeah, so it should open up. I'm glad you asked that. I didn't try. Oh, yeah, so it opens right up. So what you have, you'll be able to click on the toggles here and you can copy it. And you can't adjust it here, so you won't be able to, so you'll just have to copy and paste and then adjust it inside of the actual prompt in the thread for your course. And then I'll go through and I'll let me just grab another one. So, so this is really all you need to do when you're creating your MVP, because once you have your MVP created, you have the outline, you have some talking points, then you can go back and teach it live on Zoom. You don't necessarily need to create your slideshow presentation because it might change, right? So I teach MVPs without having anything. I teach them just talking, you and me on a Zoom. Maybe I'll have a couple of slides here and there, but it's really the concept or the idea that I want to get across, right? It's the messaging and it's the feedback that I'm looking for, right? So I don't create things in advance. I'll have my talking points on my Notion page, and I may just, teach the course from my Notion, right? Versus creating a slideshow presentation. But then once I have my feedback, then I can go into detail with creating the actual content that's going to go into the course. So that's really all you'll need to create your MVP, is to find out who your ideal client is. You want to find out the problem that you're solving, right? As I talk in the course for the MVP, and it's not just any problem that you're solving, it's the problem that's causing the most pain. You want to make sure there are 5 aspects of life that people pay to have fixed, right? Their finances, their health, their wealth, their emotional stability, their career, their personal development. So maybe there's 6 of them, but people will pay to have certain things fixed. So you really have to get to the core of the problem and determine exactly how it's impacting them negatively, right? Because in your messaging, in creating your course, you're going to have that before they click the link to buy anything from you, right? Yes, a lot of people have problems. I have problems, but there are only some problems that I'm willing to pay for to get fixed, right? And it's got to impact one of those high impact areas of life or aspects of life. So any questions with that so far? I want to show you another one of these super prompts. I'll leave some space for a question.
Yeah, no, that's really good from me. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Awesome. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to those prompts, and I'm going to grab the one that's for Pictory. I'm going to actually grab it from here. This is open. When we're creating our course content, this is just a little bit extra. I want to make sure you guys know that I have a Pictory prompt here. So when you're using Pictory, as I get into Pictory, there's a prompt that will help shortcut your Pictory experience. A lot of times, we try to make these long Pictory videos and they just don't come out right, too many words. They may have things like subheading in it, right? I watched a Pictory video this morning and it had the word subheading in it. Well, it wasn't a picture, it was an AI overview, right? AI was talking, but they left all of the words in there. So let me just find the picture. Oh, maybe I don't have it in here. Where is it? Article, videos. Oh, maybe it's not here. Oh no. Oh yeah, right here. This is a Pictory one. So I don't have it in the label, but this script is for Pictory. So as you're creating your Pictory videos and we move to that phase, which will be phase 2, we will be using this script. I'm just going to show you guys the difference. And so when I put in this. I'm going to put it right in red. Make sure I'm in the right here. Yeah. So I want to do the picture video for the introduction. So I'm going to take everything out except introduction around where I want the video. You do want to make sure the words are right. Sometimes they're a little jumbled. So I'm going to send the kite, and then it's going to create a very nice, short, concise script that's perfect for picturing. So we'll get to picture later, but I just did want to show you that you don't have to, have the heading, the subheading. You can simply have the script. And then as you copy and paste it into Pictory, you're just gonna take out everything that's in these blocks because it's gonna have it's gonna create its own actual pictures and all of these. So you're gonna take out all of that. So you're gonna take out everything that's in the brackets and all of the instructor. It makes making your videos so much easier. Okay. So I just wanted to show you guys that. That's awesome. Are there any questions when it comes to creating your MVP? Has anybody created an MVP, launched an MVP with a beta group? And if not, where are you at with your MVP? Is everybody here already created courses? Let me look at the. Thank you, Cynthia, for being in the chat. I love when I see one person in there. Oh, it's the minimal viable product. So it's the least amount of information that you need in order to, to test your theory, right? In order to provide a service where you're really in beta, right? So you have your outline, but you may not have, you don't have your presentation, you don't have your videos, you don't have your quizzes, but you have the foundation of your product, enough information to test your theory to make sure that it's something that people are willing to pay for. And I walk you through how to create your beta group inside of the community in the MVP course. It talks about how to, have your email list of your top 10 fans, get them in your MVP right away, right? But have a really clear understanding with them of what your expectation is of them, right? That you're expecting some feedback and a testimonial in exchange for you sharing your course in this beta group, right? You can do MVPs or you can launch MVPs either for free or you can launch them at a low ticket, right? Or maybe you launch it for free at first. I've done it this way, launched it for free at first, right? But then once the full course was built out, I gave them a discount on the full course, right? So they would come in it, give me their feedback. I would build it up off of their feedback. But once the full course was ready to go, they got into the course generator free or for 50% off. So it's up to you how you want to promote your MVP. I do MVPs free because you never know. More people will give you better feedback if it's, well, I think if it's free. So I've had that experience, but maybe they'll give you better feedback if they're paying. So I don't know. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Has anybody here ever launched an MVP? Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I like that. I like doing mine free, and that's just because I want the beta test information. So I want more people. I like doing mine free. So I've only done a beta test for completely free. And they've worked out very well. And I was able to launch successful courses and get great feedback. So I don't know. I think it can work either way. Anybody want to come up to the stage or have any other input? I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so you're doing a free one. Okay, that's good. So that's good, Cynthia. I know we're going to meet later today too, so I can help you get your space set up. So you can have a link to give people to join you in your membership. So I'm excited to also, when we meet, we'll look at what you're doing for free and then just make sure you have all of your things together. I'm excited for you. Where are you doing it on Clubhouse or how are you doing it? Okay, all right. I'm excited for you. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, this isn't bad. It takes a little bit of work, but it works. You got to sort of, prepare your electronics or your early. So, I came in at 7:30 to make sure everything would work on time. Crystal, I'm trying to bring you up. So I don't know if anybody else can bring her up. I'm trying. It's not letting me. I don't know why, but I'm really trying. Okay. All right. And you guys, I am someone. So welcome you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The link pinned to the shelf there is a balanced entrepreneur community. We're so excited. We're really empowering digital entrepreneurs to do more with less, right? We're working on balancing out, sorry, I'm getting messages, balancing out our lives and our businesses, making sure that we don't get overwhelmed, but that we're still creating high quality products and using AI as a resource to do that. So thank you guys. I'm going to go ahead and close down the Zoom. That way it will stop recording. And I guess Crystal could not come up. I'm going to leave some